Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Intruder, a slasher released in 1989. Intruder was the first feature directed by Scott Spiegel, who would later direct Hostel 3 and From Dusk Till Dawn 2. But he's much better known as the co-writer of Evil Dead 2 alongside Sam Raimi. He, Raimi, and Bruce Campbell were childhood friends from Michigan who made Super 8 films together as kids.
We all grouped together in high school and did a bunch of movies together, and Scott would make movies in his neighborhood, and I'd work with Sam, and we'd make our own little movies.
That's why he had cameos in a bunch of Raimi films. He was even the original and namesake Scotty in the proto-Evil Dead short, Within the Woods. Spiegel wrote a lot of comedy into Evil Dead 2. Like Raimi and Campbell, he was a massive fan of the Three Stooges. After that film's success, Spiegel wanted to direct something himself, so the band got back together for Intruder. Spiegel didn't have a huge career, but he was a crucial part of Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell's success. Sadly, he passed away earlier this year. I never met the guy, but I'd still like to honor him by looking at the movie that feels the most him, one that he was proud of.
The fact that anybody even remembers this stuff with all the material and all the movies and all the entertainment, everything that's out there, I feel I'm privileged, I'm lucky.
Intruder is a straightforward slasher that takes place in a grocery store. I love locked-in one-location movies, like The Mist, You're Next, and Green Room. And a grocery store makes for an excellent setting. The kills utilize the space and are absolutely gnarly, with K&B going all out for their first credit. It includes an all-timer of a kill, which I know I've said a few times, but I always mean it. You'll see. In fact, you'll see all of it because this episode's uncensored. Fuck it. Sorry if it's age restricted. I know that's annoying with the whole ID thing some places have, but I'm trying to honor a man here. Let's show some respect for this thing. How many kills did we have on aisle 9? Let's grab a mop and check them out. The movie begins at a grocery store. You know the place. Shopping carts, cereal. Boots. Walnut Lake Market is staffed by youths and patroned by silly little old men like this one. Actor Emil Sitka worked with the Three Stooges, actually all 6 of them, as the straight man in almost 40 of their shorts. It must have been a blast for Spiegel to have him on set.
Ted and Sam and Scott, you know, they do the corniest jokes ever, you know, and you know, at the first you sit there, you go, what? You know, but then you realize it's a Three Stooges moment, you know? I mean, those guys loved all those.
As the store reaches closing hours, things start to get ominous. Bad guy ominous. Bad guy reflection in the glass door ominous. That bad guy is Craig, ex-boyfriend to cashier Jennifer. He's obsessively trying to get back with her, but coworker Linda don't like the way he's talking to her friend. So he's talking to her friend all wrong. Oh, and like grabbing at her face? And outright grabbing her. This dude got crazy violent in a hurry. The rest of the staff bands together to subdue the son of a bitch. Yeah, knock his block off! Yes, these sound effects. Too bad Craig's got counters and holds off the whole damn payroll until he's able to hit him with a Sam Raimi surprise attack. Run away! Now they've got an angry, violent jerk-off on their hands, and you never want to get that on your hands. They realize they've got to sanitize the store of this threat and set out on a search. Is he there? Or is he up there, Sam? Yep, that's Sam Raimi as Randy the Butcher Boy. 'Twas a lad of but 30 at the time, long before he'd direct the Spider-Man trilogy and movies for Disney and the MCU. Sam's younger brother Ted Raimi plays fellow coworker Produce Joe. We've seen Ted get smashed by a box and Wishmaster, and soon you'll see him when Zorn covers the Quarry on Kill Count Games. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell went to college after high school until they dropped out to make the Evil Dead. During all that, Spiegel had to stay home in Birmingham, Michigan to help support his family by working at a grocery store. His time at Walnut Lake Market inspired him to make Night Crew in 1979, a 6-minute Super 8 short that would become Intruder a decade later. In fact, Intruder's original title was Night Crew. The short has since been lost to time, and only these outtakes are available to see what it looked like. When it came time to shoot the feature, they filmed at a grocery store in Bell, California, and made the movie for $130,000. A few thousand were given to the store's manager to let them shoot there while the owner was out of town. Another 1,000 went to 10 tons of spoiled and faulty food to stock the store's empty shelves with. Everyone does a piss-poor job finding Craig, because he sneaks up on Jennifer as she's calling the police. He tells her he wants to hear the loudest coins in the world. Like a damn construction site in that pocket. Oh, come on, dude, let her go. She jingled the coins for you. Thankfully, he's stopped by the employees again, and they kick him out. Wait, why'd we have that whole first fight and search party thing? It was pointless. It didn't even help me learn who the characters are, really. It's just like Brunette Guy 1, Brunette Guy 2, Sam Raimi, Ted Raimi, and tall stoner guy named Bib. Or wait, his name is Bub? Oh well, I'm keeping the joke. I only know Linda because that's Renee Estevez, star of Sleepaway Camp 2 on Happy Campers. The store's owners, Danny and Bill, gather up the employees. To make this night even more awesome, they tell them they're out of a job since they're selling the store to the city to be demolished. Everybody's despondent about losing their job, which, yeah, I know sucks, but they're treating it like a career they've had for decades and built families off of.
I miss this old place.
Me too.
Heartless owner Danny is the one forcing the sale with his majority share. Other owner Bill is heartbroken since he's worked there forever and is closer to the employees. He even regales them with a story from his time as a volunteer firefighter. He once tended to an accident with his buddy Parker where the victim lost their head. Parker found it.
And here comes fucking Parker. Walking down 9 miles, swinging the head by the hair in one hand and his hamburger in the other, and he's still eating it!
Dan Hicks is loving this monologue. He was Jake in Evil Dead 2. Also had a small part in Wishmaster. Even though their jobs won't exist soon, the owners make them stay late to mark everything down for clearance. Jennifer tells Linda about Craig. Turns out he wasn't even really her boyfriend. A year ago, she went on a few dates with him, but during one, he got in a fight and killed a guy. Damn, like in front of her? He went to prison, but now he's back, and they're gonna be in trouble. Hey nah. Everyone gets back to work marking down prices and huffing bread. Maybe that's why y'all got bloody noses, which are bleeding red paint. The cops finally show up to ask, what's going on here? But say they can't do anything other than offer future help.
Here's my card. No, that's not my card. That's my card. Yeah.
Another classic comedy actor there, L.V. Moore, who played the self-arguing Hank Kimball on Green Acres. His cop partner is Tom Lester, who was also on Green Acres as farmhand Ebb. It's fun to see old school comedians in this movie, since that corner of pop culture is such a big influence on the Raimi gang. Linda's outside by her car when she sees a silhouette of a man. He grabs her neck and uses a knife to split her like a melon. Nice match cut. Inside, Bill finishes using a giant box-crushing machine, which I can't wait to come back to, and then heads outside with a hammer. He comes across Craig creeping out a window and they get into another fight. Hell yeah, does this mean more sound effects? Awesome. Oh, but then Craig rings Bill's bell and knocks him out. Inside the office, heartless co-owner Danny gets attacked by someone who strangles him with their bare hands. Then they push his head towards a note spindle and stabs it in through the eye. Oh yeah! I love his twitchy body hitting the keyboard and his blood dripping onto the light bulb to turn the room red. A lot of this movie is pretty amateur, like the acting and some standard shots in terms of framing and focus, but Spiegel had a really fun creative flair.
Scott does like wastebasket POVs and, you know, mouth POVs, any kind of point of view shot he can do. Phone cord POVs, I mean, anything. Scott had probably the most ridiculous shots I've ever seen.
They're interesting to explore, even if they're not always great. Like what are we doing here? We're inside the phone? Okay, yeah, okay. But even though he was more of a technical director than an actor's one, Spiegel kept a relaxed and collaborative set, encouraging his cast to improvise. Produce Joe is chopping vegetables and listening to his favorite tune. This little fucking jingle is on repeat, man, blasting through Joe's headphones in every one of his scenes. His chopping technique's a little heavy-handed there, especially when it's done to the back of his head by the killer. I love the quick shadow shot, the way the headphones fall apart after being split in half, and the ironic sign as his body drops. He's dragged away and his music slows down like the battery drain. Oh shit, dude, was In a Violent Nature referencing this scene? I don't know. The surviving employees are still going about their jobs. While working, Randy almost eats a briny eyeball, which is gross, but also, damn man, your work snack is green olives? Like wet green olives? Old salty hands. Meanwhile, old Bleedy Nose starts making out with Dave, the guy who's been talking to her, I don't know. They had a scene together earlier. They're spied upon by other dude guy Tim, who really likes what he sees. Oh, gross, man. Hey, come out from behind there. Oh, okay, at least your pants are still on. An open door leads Tim to checking things out and getting a knife in the stomach for his troubles. Oh, that was a blood spray. Aw, but it got all over the beer brand beer. Don't tell Titus. The killer fucks with Bub next, who comes across Tim's body, but doesn't realize he's dead until after denigrating him.
Tim, you look horrible. Anal itch got you down?
The killer grabs Bub by his Goldilocks and pulls him behind the cans. Friggin' Muscles McGee fireman carries Bub to that, oh shit, motherfucker, yeah, box crushing machine! Oh, I've been waiting for this. Yeah, keep screaming, Bub. It won't stop you from getting your head crushed. Yeah, there it is! Oh man, that was a good, oh, and a final spurt too! Thanks, Intruder. You really shouldn't have. Intruder's incredible effects were done by K&B. Spiegel met Kurtzman, Nicotero, and Berger during Evil Dead 2, where they did special effects under Mark Shostrom. The three of them had just founded their own company, which would go on to be legendary. I can't name how many kill counts K&B Effects has been mentioned in. But even though they had worked on a ton of movies prior to this as individuals, they had a hard time getting hired as a brand new company. Intruder became the first film on K&B's resume, and they basically did the labor for free as a favor to Spiegel, as long as he paid for the materials.
And the blade's gonna go right like that.
Blood everywhere.
Their work was featured in Fangoria before the movie's release, so horror freaks had expectations going in. Unfortunately, Intruder was financed by Charles Band at Empire Pictures right as that Full Moon precursor was going bankrupt. It got sold to Paramount, who killed its theatrical release and cut out all the gore so the VHS would get an R rating from the MPAA. And they cut out a ton, like 5 whole minutes.
At one point, I guess it was almost nonsensical because you didn't know what happened to these characters. They're just gone.
Stranger Things 4 was released in 2 parts, and because of its length, we're doing the same with the kill count. We're splitting it up at a different place though, cause it makes more sense for our workload. In any case, you can be thankful that we're not waiting over a month between releases like the show did. We'll have part 2 for you out on either Tuesday or Wednesday, since Wednesday is the day that the first part of Stranger Things 5 is released. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.